that was a review of Sound of Metal. We are now going to kick it to our on-the-spot correspondents who are reviewing Promising Young Woman.
Welcome back to On the Spot. I'm Jenna.
I'm Owen.
And today we're going to be reviewing Promising Young Woman. Here's the trailer.
What are you gonna do?
I don't know. Whisper something in your ear.
Good God Almighty. You know, they put themselves in danger, girls like that.
It was a perverted thing to say.
You'd think you'd learn by that age, right?
Please lay down. What are you doing?
It's okay, hey, you're safe.
What are you doing? Hey, I said, what are you doing? Every week, I go to a club. I act like I'm too drunk to stand. And every week, a nice guy comes over to see if I'm okay.
You okay? You are so pretty. I am a nice guy.
Are you?
1, 2, 3, 4. I thought we had a connection.
Okay. How old am I? What are my hobbies? What's my name? Sorry, maybe that one's too hard.
Cassandra? We were in class together at Forest. You would have been a great doctor. What happened?
I left under unusual circumstances. You remember what happened, right? Why I dropped out. I'm not the only one who didn't believe it.
We get accusations like this all the time.
Who needs brains? They never did a girl any good.
I'm so sorry I didn't go with her.
You gotta let it go.
What are you gonna do?
I don't know.
Why do you guys have to ruin everything? We were kids.
If I hear that one more time,
I have to give him the benefit of the doubt.
I was hoping you'd feel differently by now.
It's every guy's worst nightmare getting accused like that.
Can you guess what every woman's worst nightmare is? I wanted to be a doctor my whole life. Lately, I've been feeling like I might want to get back into it.
All right, so Jenna, upon watching that trailer, what were your first thoughts, first impressions? Do you think it was like misleading at all?
Yeah, I definitely thought it was misleading. I think when I saw this trailer, I really was expecting more of like a horror, almost a thriller. The use of the song "Toxic" and like its creepy, like horrified version really makes it seem. It really makes it seem like she's going out and killing these guys every single time. Like I really thought when I first saw the trailer that she would be murdering all of these men and that would be kind of the premise of the movie. They didn't do that, but and at first I was disappointed because that is what I wanted. Honestly, I thought it was a cool concept, but I think what we got was successful and good and still kind of played with your emotions in a way that you're on her side because like obviously you're on her side because these guys are creeps and they're horrible and taking advantage of girls all the time, but at the same time she does some questionable things that make you think like, okay, but you should go about it in a different way. And I love how the acting can kind of play with our emotions like that.
Oh yeah, 100%. And I think this movie did a really good job of blending comedy with thriller and almost horror at some points. I mean, there's a lot of very visually and just, all around disturbing scenes in the film. And for tackling such a, sensitive issue, obviously, and, very, very serious and heinous crimes, I thought it was interesting that this movie took the comedic route that it did.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, definitely comes with some of the comedic actors in it, especially Bo Burnham playing a lead role. I haven't seen that from him before. I don't think he has done any before. And it was kind of like you were again misled by him, because I remember halfway through the movie I was like, I like it, but I don't like how much I like Bo Burnham, because it's almost preaching like, but there are still some good guys. And I love how they took that and they flipped it on its head, because I was not expecting his betrayal. And I think the reveal of him, not being such a good guy, I don't want to spoil it, but like was really, really good. And I love how what ended up with him happening. I think that Carey Mulligan did a great job as the main character, and really like kind of made us believe and understand her trauma with her friend, and like kind of be a part of and want this revenge plot to pan out. And I think, honestly, I think it was very successful, and I think that the movie overall was really good.
Yeah, I thought so too. And yeah, like you said, Bo Burnham, he was almost angelic at times, just how perfect he was, and their chemistry between them was unmatched, it seemed, by like anyone else in the movie. And I really did not want this to just turn into a love story, and of course it didn't. But yeah, I mean, everything down to the acting, the creepy soundtrack. I know you talked about Toxic in the trailer. You have mixed feelings about it, but I thought it was used very well in the movie. The creepy violin scene where she's walking up to the bachelor party, and there's just a lot of scenes like that, and it's interesting how it's divided into 4 parts, and each part just gets darker and more sinister than the last.
Yeah.
Like I said, I really enjoyed this movie, and it was just a wild ride.
Yeah. Are you surprised or happy that it was nominated to be for Best Picture for the Oscars this year?
I was both happy and surprised. I mean, I don't know if it'll win Best Picture. I think there's other big contenders up this year that probably have the upper hand, but I'm very happy it was nominated and that it's getting the attention it deserves, because this is probably the most unique film out of all the Oscar movies nominated for Best Picture this year, in my opinion.
Yeah, and I think it's we don't often see this like kind of creepy, even comedic type of movie up for Best Picture. It's usually like a serious drama, and not that this doesn't have messages and hints of like important things, but I think that the way it was done, the structure, like you said, the chapters, all in all, made it successful and unique. And yeah, I'm excited to see it nominated.
So if you could rate this movie out of 10, what would you give it?
Honestly, I think I'd give it like an 8. I was engaged the whole way through, and although I was surprised and misled with the route that the movie took, I'm glad that it did what it did.
Yeah, I'd also give it somewhere in the range of like 8.5. That was our review of Promising Young Woman. Back to you guys in the studio.
So that was our review of Sound of Metal. We'll be right back after the break. That's all for this week. If you want to follow more Review Crew content, go to the Review Crew Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok, as well as Orange TV Network on Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, Instagram, and YouTube.
Find the Review Q's podcast on Spotify or on our website at orangetvnetwork.syr.edu, where you can also find our blog and more OTN information.
See you next week.